Merry Christmas, everyone! You know, it's around this time of year that we start to watch our old favorite Christmas specials, whether they be feature-length movies or just episodes of our favorite TV shows. But there is one Christmas special that I remember watching once that for some reason, no matter who I talk to, people still remember it, with reactions ranging from, "Oh my god, I love that movie!" to, "Yeah, I remember that one." This specific special is called Annabelle's Wish. Never heard of it? Well, let's just read the summary. Screw that. Let's watch this sucker. The film begins with a short montage of Santa getting ready for his flight. It doesn't really amount to anything, so let's move on. We cut to a small town with Randy Travis narrating the story.
You know, Christmas Eve is a night tailor-made for wishes. And this Christmas Eve would be no exception. It was special even for Santa. Because that night, on a small farm in Tennessee, a calf was born. Her name was Annabelle. And trust me, it was no accident. This little bundle of joy with wishes all her own was born on Christmas Eve.
Deck the halls with bells of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
This little girl is Emily, voiced by Aria Curzon, who voices Ducky in the Land Before Time sequels.
No, no, no! Yep, yep, yep! It's driving me nuts, nuts, conkers!
We are also introduced to Billy and his grandpa, who's voiced by Jerry Van Dyke. Their truck conveniently breaks down in front of the House of Jackasses.
What's the matter, Billy? Ain't you gonna sing? Yeah, he was singing. Silent Night.
You bullies!
Don't worry, Emily. I'll handle this. How'd you boys like to go caroling with us?
Okay, I have to admit, that look is just priceless.
My boys ain't going nowhere.
Well, evening, Gus. Merry Christmas.
You know we don't go in for that around here.
Jeez, they even made the character look like Jim Varney.
Hey, Buster, they done forgot their present.
I guess that snowball flew real low. If ever you got that joke. So Grandpa and Billy arrive at their house as we cut to our main villain, Aunt Agnes, voiced by Cloris Leachman.
Perfect. Well, nearly perfect. Something's missing. And you know what that is? A child. That's what. And we know just where to get one, don't we?
When your brother died, you gave up all rights to your nephew. We haven't been able to find a legal loophole.
You're my lawyer. I'm paying you big bucks to find a loophole.
Actually, not that big a bucks.
If I have to spend one more Christmas without you, Billy, I get what I want.
So, she's rich and wants custody of a child she doesn't really care for, and she's the villain. Huh. Back at the farm, Grandpa is holding a music box as Randy Travis narrates its significance.
That old music box reminded Grandpa of his daughter Sarah, and gave him the gumption to raise that little boy by himself. On the other hand, it brought up the night that Billy lost his voice.
Doc, do you think Billy's gonna be all right?
I'm sorry. He may never talk again.
I'm no medical expert, but how exactly does fire relate to permanent loss of voice? Moving right along, apparently for one day a year, Santa comes by and gives the animals the ability to talk.
Let the talking begin. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Santa! Mom, who is that?
Oh my god, it's Cat Sose! For the very few of you who don't know who Cat Sose is, Watch this.
Oh boy, the piglet farm. Looky, cow food. I'll save some for later.
No, I was afraid of this. Even a demented villain like yourself couldn't sacrifice another man's lymphoid tissue for profit.
I'm a Betty skunk hunk.
Soviet, please, go away.
Boys kissing girls, girls kissing boys, and you know what else? We're all gonna like it!
We then meet a couple of the other farm animals, like a pig that eats a lot, an owl that is having trouble flying, and a horse played by Rue McClanahan.
Miss Scarlet, looking lovely as ever, I see.
You really think so? I bet you're just saying that. I'm not as young as I used to be, you know.
I never thought I would ever feel like watching Gone with the Wind and Golden Girls after watching a Christmas special with a talking calf.
How come these cows have these things on their heads?
But those aren't cows, Annabelle. They're my magic reindeer. They help me fly.
Fly? A car can't fly?
Admittedly, Cat Sosie doesn't exactly have an acting range, but it's still nice to hear her voice. The next morning after this...
Good morning, Barnyard! Hey, this is Brewster the Rooster coming right at you, saying hi to all my lovely little chickies out there.
And Agnes comes over for a Christmas visit.
William, darling, give your auntie a big kiss. So, sweetie, tell me all about yourself.
I just love Billy's deadpan confused expression on his face. It's a look that says, what in the hell is she doing here? So they go outside and meet Annabelle, and her and Billy become fast friends. Billy runs into the barn and finds out that the animals can talk.
Well, all I said was bless you.
Oh man, the calf blew it.
Does anybody else remember the wild thornberries? Yeah, neither do I.
Billy, you okay?
This is no way to raise a child.
Not in front of the boy, Agnes.
Fine. Let's go inside then, before I take on the stench of these filthy animals. You. Oh, caca.
Fun fact, in Germany, stepping in horse shit is considered good luck. I found that out the hard way.
No, hold it down just a doggone minute now. Now, it's true that we're not supposed to talk in front of humans, but I guarantee it'll be okay if it doesn't go any further. Now, Billy's not going to tell anyone. Well, at least that's my opinion.
Yeah, he won't say anything. Will ya, Billy? You won't, will you?
Annabelle, honey, dear, you see, Billy can't talk.
You know, that camera effect doesn't really work unless you have, oh, I don't know, dramatic music?
Dun dun dun.
Agnes and Grandpa argue about Billy's custody.
The boy doesn't need a cow, he needs a doctor.
Doc Taylor says there's nothing he can do.
Doc Taylor, that boy needs real doctors, not some country hick who treats pigs as well as people.
I have to admit, Agnes is pretty cruel-hearted for a bland villainess. In fact, it makes me wonder if she's had any relation to Hitler.
Yes! Yes! Say it! He was my boyfriend!
Cut to Annabelle not shutting up about reindeer, and Billy pulling the old Grinch trick.
What you doing, Billy? Want to see what I got for Christmas? Wow, where'd you get the calf? She's so cute. Oh, I get it. You're pretending she's a reindeer, huh? Great. I've got the sled. Sleigh.
I think I vaguely remember watching this scene and going, aren't they the same? So they go sledding and end up busting Jim Varney's fence.
Nice looking calf. Take your calf and your dog and get.
Are we in trouble?
No, just don't look back.
Wonder how the old man can afford to feed the little heifer. Maybe I should pay old man Baker a visit and collect on the damages his little heifer just done.
Because when I think farm villain, I think Cookie from Atlantis the Lost Empire. Back in the farm, the animals reflect on their Christmas and go to sleep. This leads into a dream sequence in which Annabelle flies around with the musical accompaniment of Alison Krauss.
Wish I may, wish I might, on my favorite star. Let me feel, let me see the world from where you are.
The song itself is not too bad, it's got that nice little lullaby-esque flavor to it, but I can't help but feel this is a pretty pointless scene. Especially since we've already established she wanted to fly from her not shutting up about it. The next morning, the town sheriff comes over with Varney and kids to claim Annabelle.
Well, Gus, I'm right sorry about that. I'll pay for the damages. You know I'm good for it.
Don't give me that, Charlie. You and I both know you don't have the money.
But, Gus,
And that's why I'm not asking for money. I'll just take that young cow of yours instead.
Wait, he can't do that. Can he?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, Charlie.
By the way, that's Clancy Brown playing the sheriff. Who's Clancy Brown, you may ask? Well, most people from my generation will know him as Long Fang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. But for the sake of this review, let's just refer to him as the Kurgan.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
So Grandpa decides to pawn his daughter's music box to pay the money to get Annabelle back. For those of you who are thinking, well, that was kind of pointless, don't worry. That music box is owned by Chekhov. So Billy gets Annabelle back as another montage comes in to show us the course of their friendship over the year. I find it amazing that a movie that's not even 55 minutes long needs another montage. Why? Why?
Grandpa was right. Over that year, Annabelle, Billy, and Emily couldn't be pulled apart.
How come you only hang out with girls and cows? Huh, Billy? How come? Why don't you leave him alone?
Don't you have anything else to do? Like what? Like getting a life outside of ours. Sick 'em, Death Calf.
Pa, remember that cow Billy got for Christmas? It's dangerous, Pa. Attacked us for no reason at all. Yeah, we aren't doing nothing.
So Sheriff Kurgan comes over to clear things up, the boys are rightfully punished, and Varney and the sheriff have a heartfelt talk.
Sad. Lots of memories were in that box. It's still there, Gus. And you, of all people, should know what it's like to lose a loved one.
I'm debating whether or not dead mom is a good excuse to be acting like a prick to the mute kid. Probably not. Cut to Agnes coming over to the farm, claiming she has the perfect loophole.
What are you up to now, Agnes?
I've come to take William, and I have no time to dawdle.
Over my dead body.
Unfortunately, that won't be necessary. This court order gives me legal custody of William.
What? I don't believe it.
It's all right there, Charles. The judge agreed with me that William is in grave danger on this farm, and I shall have custody of him until which time he can speak.
Entschuldigung?
And I shall have custody of him until which time he can speak.
Let me get this straight. The farm is a dangerous place because he can't talk. So if by some miracle that he does talk, he's okay to live there. So the animals rig a Home Alone trap that sinks Agnes's car in the mud, making her stay for the night. That night, Santa comes to the barn, gives the animals their ability to talk, and Annabelle tells Santa what she wishes for this Christmas.
Then you're sure this is what you want?
Absolutely. It's what I want.
Good morning, Vietnam! The following morning, Billy is about to leave when the dog finds a little present on the tree.
Huh? It's for you, Billy. Go ahead, Billy. Go ahead, open it.
There's nothing in here. Grandpa, I talked.
Billy, you're talking. You're talking.
I heard that.
That don't beat all.
Grandpa, why are you crying?
And why can't I act?
Make your goodbyes and we'll be on our way.
Billy is not going anywhere with you, Agnes.
Oh, yes, he is.
You want to tell her, Billy?
I love my grandpa.
What did you say?
He said he's not going.
Oh, yeah! Suck it, bitch! I will murder you!
So Billy runs into the barn to find out that Annabelle has lost her voice.
What's wrong with her? Is she sick?
Annabelle's just fine, Billy. You see, she gave her Christmas voice to you. She'll never talk again.
But what about your dream to fly? That was gonna be a wish.
No, Billy. To hear you talk. That was Annabelle's wish.
Oh, Annabelle.
Aw, she gave up her voice so that he could talk. That's just so touching. Wait the hell minute, what?
She gave her Christmas voice to you. To hear you talk. That was Annabelle's wish.
So, her wish was to give her voice to Billy. There are 3 reasons why that is bullshit. 1, if all she wished for was to hear Billy talk, that must mean that Santa took Annabelle's voice as a condition of the deal. And since the movie pretty much tells us that Santa can do anything with magic, that puts Santa Claus on a level of trickery rivaling Mephisto. 2, if Billy is given Annabelle's Christmas voice, wouldn't that mean he can only talk for 1 day a year? And 3, couldn't Annabelle simply wish for Billy to talk without giving up her voice? If she told Santa to take her voice, that probably means that neither her nor the other animals spared a thought at the more convenient solution, which I may point out that in these sort of specials, they never do. So basically what I'm saying is, either A, Santa Claus is a complete conning asshole, or B, all the animals are complete morons. Anyway, Varney and the boys go over to apologize for their behavior, and Varney gives Grandpa the music box.
When I heard you sold your daughter's music box, I was ashamed. I kind of thought you might like to have this back.
Well, thank you, Gus. You know, this means more to me than you'll ever know.
Oh great, I get an actual display of friendship right after that moment of complete freak stupidity.
Take those hats off, boys. There's a lady present. Gus Holder, ma'am. You're not leaving, are you?
Well, actually, Charles was just insisting that I stay for Christmas dinner. Won't you join us?
Well, that's mighty nice of you, ma'am.
And will Mrs. Holder be joining us?
There is no Mrs. Holder, ma'am.
Really?
Whoa.
Oh, what adorable boys.
As usual, Aunt Agnes got what she wanted, and the Holder boys got what they deserved.
I should write a song about that. It'll be called Santa Gave Me a Stuck-Up Mom for Christmas Because I Made Fun of the Mute Kid.
Sounds like a country song.
Many years later, Billy and Emily are now married and still live in the barn.
I'll be there in a bit, Emily. You know I like to visit the animals on Christmas Eve.
Honestly, Billy, you act as if those animals can talk to you.
In the middle of the night, Annabelle wanders off into the snowy wasteland and Billy runs after her. Okay, where are you going with this? So just when it looks like Annabelle's about to pass on, Santa Claus arrives and finally turns her into a reindeer. Why is it that when a transformation is a curse, it takes like a couple minutes to a couple of years, but when a transformation is an actual magical gift, it takes place, just like that? Jesus H. Christ!
Oh, I've got my voice voice back.
Ho ho ho! And all I had to do was take Pauly Shore's voice. He owed me big time for giving him a movie career. And with the touching goodbyes, the movie ends. The credits roll and we find out that 13 people wrote this. 13 writers. Bizarre. Well, surprisingly enough, the movie is pretty memorable despite it being a very average Christmas special with a couple of glaring plot holes. A lot of my friends that I talk to about this movie either vaguely remember it or they love it. So I guess for some people it's that one movie that you watch once when you're a little kid, and then when you stumble upon it again in your teens or your adult years, you have that huge deja vu aneurysm moment, kind of like how I did with Ernest Scared Stupid. But aside from the nostalgia, it's really just a blah movie, but hey, you could do worse. Although it did bring to light some possibilities of Ernest and Frau Brücher fanfiction. Happy holidays, everyone. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take in some fond memories.
Sleep, tiny dreamer, far away from home, with stardust in your eyes. Stay to the morning, safe in slumber's arms, lost in the lullaby.
Oh, she'll grow out of it, Star. I mean, I used to dream of being famous, like Lassie or Old Yeller. Well, maybe not like Old Yeller.